What's up, everyone? It is Uncle Jesse again, back with some more fragrances to review on the RAFscents YouTube page. I gotta tell you, since the last video I made, there have been some pretty big things happening with the RAFscents brand. I'm talking the possibility of doing some things with a fragrance company, a big fragrance company. I'm talking about possibly being an affiliate for a major niche fragrance website, and then also, if I can get some of the details ironed out, starting a Patreon for the RAFscents brand, in which some of the subscribers will be able to take advantage of getting samples of fragrances from this shelf behind me. That's right, I will even send out some of my own fragrances to some of my followers to sample. I've still got a lot of things to work out, and that's in the future, but I'm just letting you know the wheels are turning for the growth of this channel. Anyways, let's talk about some really awesome fall fragrances. What do you think? Okay, that was quite the dramatic intro, I'll give it to you. But in all actuality, it is fall. It is the time when it's starting to get colder. You can smell the leaves kind of dying off and falling to the ground. It's just one of the best times of year, and it's especially awesome when it comes to fragrances because now you get to break out those deep, rich, warm, spicy, sweet scents. They are my favorites, and so I'm going to go over 7 in this video. There's going to be some niche, there's going to be a couple of affordable scents in there, and some designer, so a good mix. And I know I've already done one a few weeks ago, but it's fall. This is my channel. I can do what I want to, and we love fall fragrances. So the first one is going to be from Hugo Boss from the scent line. This is Hugo Boss, the Scent Intense. Now, when it comes to the Hugo Boss, the scent line, the originals, the scent was not, it wasn't anything to get too excited about. It smelled pretty decent, but with each release, the fragrances started to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, I think. And Hugo Boss, the Scent Intense, I think is a really, really good one. The main notes in here are vanilla and leather. And I know I talk about bad boy fragrances from time to time. This is a good one for those of you guys that want a little bit of that bad boy feel with a leather accord in here, but still want to keep that fun, approachable type of vibe with the vanilla. I think this is a really good fragrance. It definitely fits the fall and winter time. Gets about 6 hours, and I would say it's about $45, $50 depending on where you shop. So there it is, Hugo Boss, the Scent Intense. Okay, so this next designer fragrance is going to be a little bit more on the pricey side. I know that there are, even some more designer fragrances that are a little bit more pricey than this if you shop with like Dior or Chanel. But still, it's about $110, $115 retail, and it's very hard to find discounted. But I love this one so much that I would gladly pay retail price for it. It's from the house of Maison Margiela. It is Jazz Club, and I just love this bottle anyway. It's got just this really cool aesthetic to it, but this is an incredible fall fragrance. It has a very professional feel to it and a very classy feel. We've got things like some neroli and lemon in the top, followed by a little bit of rum, vetiver, tobacco leaf, and vanilla on the bottom. And so I wouldn't say this is any type of an edgy bad boy type thing, but it's got this dry type of aromatic rum, boozy, tobacco feel to it. You can literally picture yourself sitting in a dimly lit jazz club, like you're sitting in a cocktail table with like a jazz trio or quartet up on the stage. You've got a glass of a glass of liquor right beside you, and you're just enjoying the night. But I think this does fit well in professional settings. You can even wear it in formal occasions or even for a night out. It's just a super versatile scent in my opinion. It gets about 7 hours off of my skin, so it performs really well. This is definitely a must-buy for the fall season. So Maison Margiela Jazz Club, check it out. All right, for this next fragrance, we're gonna dive a little bit into the world of niche and go with an oud fragrance. I recently got this bottle sent to me from a company to review, and it quickly shot out there as one of my favorite oud fragrances. From the house of Famine, it is Carved Oud. Now, Famine, I believe they are a British company, and this one, I have to say, this one gives Tom Ford Oud Wood a run for its money in so many ways. It's comparable in price, it's comparable in its longevity and performance, and it's just an all-around beautiful fragrance. And I may actually prefer this one a little bit to Tom Ford. I'm not gonna lie there. But this one adds some really nice nuanced notes, some nice nuanced notes to its scent profile, because it has the oud in there, you know, giving it that deep woody type of vibe, but it also has some earthy notes in there as well, like patchouli and moss. So I've likened this to sitting beside a stream. You know, you can kind of smell a little bit of the river rocks, you can smell a little bit of the earth and the grass, but you also have the trees and the woods growing beside the stream. So overall, this just kind of, it paints a really beautiful picture for me whenever I smell this. It reminds me of my grandparents' house in the mountains of North Carolina. They had a big river, a big stream flowing all around their property. You could always hear the water flowing over the rocks. You could always smell this type of scent. It's just, this one hits me in the feels, but it is overall an incredibly awesome fragrance. So there it is. For fall fragrance number 4, we're gonna go with something that is incredibly affordable and is something that you need to make sure that you're picking up as soon as possible. You can find this pretty much on any website, including Amazon.com. I got this for $23, my friends, 23. It's from the house of RAFscents, and it is Durage Pour Homme. It's hard to get it with that glare of the light, but Durage Pour Homme, there you go. A lot of people know RAFscents from making RAFscents Hawas, which I am a huge fan of, okay? But this one is one that doesn't need to be overlooked. This has got a sweet, spicy, and powdery kind of note breakdown to it. Some of its top notes are cardamom and cumin. And then as it starts drying down, you get some rose, but the base notes are where it really shines, with some vanilla, tonka beans, sandalwood, and amber. Now, the performance on this is stunning. I mean, RAFscents' always been known for having stellar performance, and I'm talking 10 hours of longevity when it comes to this fragrance, and it is, once again, a beast with its projection. This is the fall type of RAFscents Hawas, in my opinion. If you want a cold weather type of Hawas that will just kick the cold weather right in the face and leave you smelling incredibly awesome, and you'll get tons of compliments, this is one to get. And like I said, when you're only looking to be spending $25 on a fragrance, what's the worst that can happen? You buy one that you don't like, just get this, man. Whatever happens on this video, get this, okay? It's cheap, it's simple, it's easy, and you need to have it in your collection. It smells great, okay? RAFscents Durage Pour Homme. There you have it. Here we go with fragrance number 5, and this is one of my most recent purchases from the house of Azora. I love the Wanted line, with the exception of Wanted Tonic. That one can eat farts. But this one is incredibly awesome and is definitely noteworthy. It is Azora, the Most Wanted Parfum, its most recent release. Now, this is a very linear fragrance, which means when you spray it on, it's not going to have a complex note breakdown. It's not going to change all that much when it's on your skin. Its top note is ginger. Its middle note is comprised of some various woody notes, and its bottom base note is vanilla. That's all, okay? So it's got some spicy, some sweet, and woody nuances to it, but it is super, super nice. This one kind of takes that original Most Wanted DNA and kind of elevates it a little bit to where it's a little bit more mature. And oh my goodness, that ginger really pops to me. I think ginger is a great note as far as fragrances go, and it just works so good in addition to the woody and vanilla notes in this fragrance. So this is one that it's going to be very, very tough to find at any discounters right now because it was released only within the last year. So it's probably going to be another 6 months to a year before you're going to find it on any type of fragrance, fragrance discount websites. And even when it is on these discount websites, the discount's only going to be just a couple dollars. But it is definitely worthy of full retail price on this one. Azora, the most wanted parfum. Look into it because it's stunning. Moving right along to fragrance number 6. This one is an absolute stunner. I am telling you, this used to be my signature scent in the fall and still kind of is. I have tons more fragrances now for me to choose from, but I think this still may be one of my signatures in the fall. It is from an indie house known as Imaginary Authors, and it is called Memoirs of a Trespasser. Look how awesome this 50 milliliter bottle is. It is an incredibly amazing fragrance. I'm just going to break it down like this. It smells like you were sitting right beside a campfire roasting marshmallows, and I am not exaggerating about that in any way, shape, or form. It's like Bob Ross painted a picture of a campfire, marshmallows roasting and everything, and put it in a bottle. That is what this fragrance smells like. Now, a lot of people that have smelled this also compare this to Maison and Margiela's By the Fireplace. Now, the similarities are definitely there, but there's a couple things. Number one, this one lasts longer. Number two, this one is a little bit cheaper. And number three, this one has the added note of vanilla that By the Fireplace does not have with Maison and Margiela. Now, when you're smelling this fragrance straight from the atomizer, you're already going to be hit with the vanilla on top. But it smells different whenever you actually spray it on. For about the first hour, maybe hour and a half, it smells smoky. It smells like you've just walked away from the campfire. And so there are definitely some smoky tones, some woody tones in there. It's got some oak barrel, benzoin, vanilla. It's really nice, but after it starts drying down, that's when it starts getting more sweet on your body. It lasts forever. I'm talking 10 hours of longevity. It costs about $90 or $95 for a 50 milliliter bottle. It is a beautiful, beautiful, artistic fragrance. Memoirs of a Trespasser by Imaginary Authors. Here we go, final fragrance on the list, and this bottle was actually my most recent purchase. I got it last weekend. I was not ready to purchase anything when I was out shopping with my family, but I saw this niche fragrance in a shop for less than $100. I've been wanting to get into this house for a little bit. It is the House of Montel, and this is Honey Oud. And I gotta tell you, I was not expecting it to smell so doggone good. I looked on Fragrantica. It has some very high ratings and very positive reviews. Now, let me go ahead and say that I really do hate this bottle. The bottle is aluminum. It's not glass or anything. It doesn't look all that special. I don't like this little thing that you pull like a pin from a grenade. When you hear about niche fragrances, you expect something a little bit more, and this just reminds me of a cheap hairspray bottle. But as I always say, it's the fragrance inside that counts, and this one counts big time. It's got honey, oud, cinnamon, amber, some leather, vanilla, and patchouli. It's a hodgepodge and a perfect mix of, the warm, woody, spicy, sweet vibes, and it's just everything together is so wonderful for cutting through the cold weather and making you stand out. I would say this is going to be more of an edgy type of rebellious vibe. When I say, I talk about bad boy fragrances from time to time. This is going to be a good one, but it's also got a little bit of class in it with that oud. I think oud is a very gentlemanly type of scent profile, but this one right here, Montel fragrances, from what I've seen, are not too terribly expensive. They're comparable to something like Mancera, maybe a little bit higher than Mancera. You're looking at about $110 to $130 for a bottle, but for niche fragrances, that's not too bad. So I recommend you check this one out. Montel Honey Oud. Let me just move that right there. There it is. Montel Honey Oud. That's it. Montel Honey Oud. And there we go, my friends, some really awesome fall fragrances that you should keep on your radar for when the weather starts turning really cold this season. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Be sure to like, subscribe. We have some amazing things. I say we because you guys are along for the ride with me in this, but we have some amazing things that are going to be happening on this channel. I really want to turn what we're doing here into an awesome part of the FragCon community. We have a big voice and a big part to play in what goes on in the fragrance industry, and so be paying very close attention to the RAFscents channel in the coming months. But in the meantime, I love you all. Find me on my other social media channels. Let's talk, let's chat, let's do all of those things. See you next time.